Hello Physical Fiends, it's Jordan here with another Worth of Purges where I play a game for a short amount of time to see if I would buy it myself. Today I am taking a look at something I never thought I would look at, I-CHU Chibi Edition. It's releasing digitally this week, but this is Physical Paradise and we only deal with physical releases, and this does have a physical release, the details of which I will detail later in the video. But if you want to order it, check the links in the description if you want to support me. But first, what is I-CHU Chibi Edition? Because it doesn't sound like something old Jordan here would probably play. So this is, I believe, based on a Japanese mobile game from quite a while ago. It's almost 10 years old by this point, but this is the first time it's been on a console and in English. It's an interesting mix of rhythm game and visual novel, although I don't think it will ever be accepted by VNDB, the website, as a proper visual novel, since it's definitely the secondary element to this release. And also, after going through the story for about 5 minutes, I had instant sweats of regret. This is not my type of story, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a bloke from Sheffield who likes beer, football, and being quiet. I am not the audience for this. But even, trying to be objective about it, the writing I do think is very shallow. The bad news is that a lot of the songs are locked behind going through the story chapters. The good news is that you can instantly skip the scenes if you just want to plow through it all. Guess what I did? The gist of the story though is that you are a male idol, or at least you want to be an idol, and you join an academy that's full of the same sort of people. But I don't care about that, I care about the songs, and this game has 80 songs, which is a pretty decent amount. And although I wouldn't listen to this kind of music outside of the game because, I'm far too pretentiously listening to Green Day, but in-game, they suit the rhythm gameplay really well. They're fun, happy, catchy, and I actually like the gameplay a lot here. I like the fact that they've kept it simple. It's a dropping note rhythm game with 4 lines. These are mapped to the A and B on the right, and D-pad down and left on the left. It works really well. The only complication that's happened in my couple of hours is your classic holding notes down for a specified period. I like the simplicity, I really do. I play rhythm games to be in with the music, getting into the vibe, having fun, not playing pull it, twist it, bop it kind of thing. So it suits me down to the ground. Each song has multiple difficulty levels, and you're judged on 3 scoring sections, and you can unlock money and discs for each grade. You'll be hoping for an S rank on all 3. One of the gimmicks of this game is the card/idol collecting / Shin Megami Tensei demon fusing. So these discs that you get, you can use them to generate idols which come in the form of cards. I would assume that in the mobile version, this gacha style system would have bled the purses of every thirsty Japanese schoolgirl dry. It smells of microtransactions and whales. But here you just earn everything in-game pretty easily, at least so far. The boys and gals come in different rarity variations, which have different costumes, and you can fuse 2 of the exact same card together to create the next rarity step. So, if you have 2 rares of the same person, you can pay money to morph them together to make a super rare version of the dude. I have to admit, I found it pretty addictive, and it seems like there's a lot of characters as well. They each have their own stats and potential gimmicks, like one guy might give you a bonus on one specific song that means you can completely nullify a handful of missed notes, which is useful for the nightmare difficulties. You can assemble a squad before going into a song, and the more you play and the more they play together, the more affinity they have with one another and they can level up. There are a surprising amount of systems, and the tutorial made me get a sweat on, worried about just how many bloody systems this game has. Thankfully, there's nothing overly complicated. There's just lots of small stuff that I'm pretty sure you can ignore if you just want to, play some music. But there's also enough to get addicted to, like card collecting, fusing, maxing squads, leveling up. And overall, I do like the game quite a lot after stumbling through a very alien environment for me, but I do have some issues. Firstly, I don't think a huge amount of attention was paid to the translation. I don't blame them. I would feel my soul leaving my body if I was given the task. The dialogue is mostly fine, but menus and tutorials, you could feel the translator losing the will to live. Secondly, the presentation is just not that great. Comparing it to something like Hatsune Miku, also on the Switch, there's no comparison here. There's not much fancy going on in the gameplay. Yeah, there are a few different background styles, but they're not particularly interesting. And worst of all, the resolution is pretty bad. You can tell this is a decade-old mobile game by now, once it's blown up to a big TV. In fact, some of the super special character unlocks, I think there must be an error because I'm sure it shouldn't look this bad. Maybe that will be fixed in a patch or something, fingers crossed. Thankfully, it's not wholly distracting, I just kind of wish it was better. You know, it's not a deal breaker. Physically, this is just getting a bog standard physical release on Nintendo Switch. Nothing special, nothing funky, it's releasing the same day as the digital release. Remember when that happened? It's a miracle. And if you want to purchase it, consider doing so with the links below in the description and the pinned comment. VGP are a great company with free worldwide shipping over 80 Canadian bucks. That's only 60 American dollars, and it is a great way to support me. Would I buy this myself? Well, if I could exercise my inner Thanos and delete the story mode from existence and just play the music, I think I would. I think the moments surrounding the rhythm gameplay might be a bit off-putting for some people, but it's not so bad, and it's mostly pointless if you want it to be. But I can't help but really like the rhythm gameplay and the songs. I really can't help it. I'm surprised as anyone. I think the price could be a bit lower due to the unimpressive presentation. They haven't done much from the phone release, so yeah, maybe wait for a sale if it ever comes. Will you be buying this? Will you be unleashing your inner idol dream with this game? Let me know in the comments below. If you want it, please purchase it via the links in the description. I greatly appreciate your support. It helps the channel ever so much, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.